So for my homework video, I chose to do problem number 4 from module 4, and it gives us this graph right here, and it also tells us that the degree of our polynomial will be 3, and it tells us that this point where it intersects the y-axis is going to be 5, negative 32.4. So that's what we know based off the problem, and we have to put it into the form of a polynomial and solve for a. So we'll start by finding our zeros. So we'll take this point at negative 4 and we'll put it in this form by saying x. Then you take plus 4. And then you also have to take this 2, which will be x minus 2. Then we have to move on to find our multiplicities of these factors. So we have negative 4 here, and it crosses the graph. When it crosses the graph, that means that our multiplicity will be odd, and in this case it's 1. Which we don't have to put a 1 there because it's implied. Then we see that it bounces or touches the graph right here, so it's going to be an even multiplicity, and in this case it is a 2. So we know that our degree is 3 now because we see we have a 1 here and a 2 here, and then all the x's are going to add up to 3. So now we have to move on to find what a equals in our equation. So the a will go right here in front of like all of this. So then we have to sub in this point for x and for y. And in this case, f of x is the same thing as y. So we take negative 32.4 to sub that in, and then we leave the a here. And then x is equal to 5, so we sub in 5 plus 4. Oops. And then we do the same thing here by taking 5 minus 2 squared. So now we just have to move on to solve. So that stays the same. And then we take the a, and then we have 5 plus 4, sorry if that's kind of hard to read, which is 9. And then we also take 5 minus 2, which is 3, and then square it, which is also 9. So then we have 9 times 9, which is 81a. And then we bring this down, which is negative 32.4, and then we just have to solve. So then you divide this 81 out. And then this is why I have the calculator here, so I can take negative 32.4 divided by 81, which equals. So then we know that a is going to equal negative 0.4. So then our whole equation altogether, after all that solving, is going to be f of x equals negative 0.4 times x plus 4, and then times x minus 2, and then we square it. So this right here is our answer to the whole polynomial. So you just take these points, sub them in here, look for the multiplicities, and then sub in this point that it gives us here for x and y to solve for a, and then you can go put in the graph on Desmos if you would want, and you could see that it'll match this graph exactly. So that is my first homework video, and that is for question 4 on module 4.